Hey everybody, welcome to the latest episode of the Limestone Lowdown. Today we're going to talk about the May 19th, 2025 City Council meeting.
Yep, and I think we're going to break chain of what we've been doing. What's the word I'm looking for? Our
going in order.
Yeah.
This one will come out a little bit before the other city council meetings we have out. So just be aware of that. And the reason we're doing that is because the municipal elections are coming up. Yeah. And we feel like some things that happen in this city council meeting are so important that we just
want to go ahead and share it.
Yeah.
So municipal qualifying across the state of Alabama is June 10th through 24th. We are recording this on June the 9th.
So that would be tomorrow.
Yeah. So I think a lot of our local councilmen, out of the 5 that we've got, we know Harold Wells, District 2, and Wayne Harper, District 5, are not seeking re-election. And those are the only 2 districts that we've actually had people announce that they were going to run.
Now, remember in 3, Mr. Lucas promised that he was not going to run again
in 2022. Yes,
and now he is decided to actually run again. So there's already a campaign promise broken for you guys if you're keeping record.
He's 86.
And he's 86.
And then there's Chris Seibert, which is our District 1 City Councilman, and Dana Henry, who is our District 4. Rumor has it that they're both going to run, but they just haven't officially announced. So the next 2 weeks should be interesting. And obviously, as we've been talking about, Mayor Ronnie Marks, he is
what, 80?
81?
While we're talking about 82. No, he's already 82.
Is he already 82?
Or maybe 83.
No,
I know
no, it's 81 or 82.
Okay.
Anyways, he's over 80.
Old LD.
He said, I think last time he said that he wasn't going to run again, but here we are.
A lot of broken promises already.
Well, you just start thinking, I kind of think of it like at a national level, like he's just a figurehead.
When you get power, you just can't let it go.
Sometimes,
they say that's the true measure of a man and woman, whoever in power. It's not getting power, it's letting it go. And I think our perfect example of that would be George Washington. He could have been king. He served his 2 terms. He didn't even want to serve those, but he served his country, and he got out. And I think that's the greatest example of why there should be term limits. And I think everybody should follow suit.
Yeah. So anyway, so we're going to be doing things a little bit different, just kind of breaking our normal. I know we're kind of up to March-ish, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. So
this was getting a little bit ahead, and that's okay.
Yeah, just to kind of share with y'all. So
this was a very short city council meeting.
Yeah, there was 7 items on there. There was 3 public hearings. This meeting I actually was not at.
I know. I had to carry the water by myself again.
So let's see. Public hearing for comments regarding the zoning approval for the sale of alcohol in the city of Athens.
And remember, it's a privilege to serve alcohol in the city of Athens.
So then there's, what is this?
It's those that new is it Oakdale?
Yeah.
That new service station right there.
That's right. Okay.
And our buddy Mark got up and opposed all 3, and said that why do they get to do that when you voted mine down? Didn't even give me a chance.
Mark Wilson?
Yes, Mark Wilson. He wanted to open a liquor store there in North Athens.
Oh.
And they wouldn't let him.
Huh.
Yeah.
Public hearing for comments regarding the zoning approval for the sale of alcohol in the city of Athens by Jovita Romero Gonzalez. 1202
and he
North
was there.
Jefferson. Oh, was he?
Yep.
Interesting. Public hearing related to the proposed resolution vacating a portion of Greenfield Drive. And then a resolution vacating a portion of Greenfield. They were doing some city development over there a few city council meetings
now
ago.
Remember, this is where the city engineer almost spoiled it.
Yeah.
And he's like, Mayor, can I tell him? And Mark's just sat there. So they've already got some plans for this.
Yeah. So. Well, see, and that's the whole point of this is by the time you get to city council, by the time it gets on here, the mayor has already put this agenda together. Stuff has already been in the works. And this is just a formality. The decisions are already made. I don't even know that they really bring the city council in until when they give them a copy of the agenda.
All right, something like that.
Because I mean, sometimes with their reactions or lack thereof, it seems like they're just getting their
they're
hands on
reading it too. It's like, if I was on the city council, I would want to know everything I could. Information is power, and I would also want to share that with everybody, because, again, not saying everything they do is shady, but it's clouded so much that it has the appearance of being shady because you're not sharing the information with people.
Well, I mean, it just goes back to shutting off the Facebook comments. I mean, that's how so many people get their information out.
You mean Marxist Marks?
Right. And then you've got shutting off the public comments at the city council meeting on the live stream. And then they don't like you asking questions. So, yes, I mean, it just gives the appearance that they're wanting to silence everybody. Like, it's only their narrative and only the people that agree with them. Anyways, so, we're kind of, now that Ronnie Marks has decided he's running again, we've kind of went back to our agendas having, like, no information on them. And then, this has been a few weeks since this council meeting, and there's still no meeting minutes on there. Like,
of course not.
They've not put them out there. So typically they turn them around within like 2 weeks. It's been 3 and they still haven't put the meeting. And this was a really short meeting. Maybe because.
Oh yeah. You know what? But go ahead. Let's finish this.
I just had a light bulb moment as to why they've not posted them.
Yes.
Anyways.
Just a little tease, guys.
Yeah,
We're going to get there and it's going to be worth it.
Resolution authorizing the Electric Services Director to accept an hourly bids from Trees LLC for the Athens Utilities Vegetation Management Time and Equipment hourly bid. There was no dollar amount, and I guess they didn't talk about that.
Well, not in the first go around, but the second go around.
Do you don't remember how much it was?
Yeah, I wrote all the figures right there.
Oh, in this first one though. So there's the resolution authorizing the Electric Services Director, contingent upon the final FY26 budget approval, to award contracts for FY26 for line clearance and tree maintenance to Asplenda Tree Expert LLC, Tree Professionals Inc., Southern Line Contractors LLC, Lewis Tree Services Inc., and W. Kendall and Company Inc., Hunter Allen Electrical Services. So one was like $262,000, one was $120,000, one was $230,000, and one was $96,000, and one was $528,000.
And this is kind of very relevant right now with all these tornadoes we have.
Yeah.
And how many power poles have been torn up here lately.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
Oh, yeah. So after the last city council meeting, the very next day, there was a tornado that came through and knocked
50
poles down.
50 poles down.
So it's been a mess here. There's been my parents were actually without power for 5 full days. So anyway, so that's nearly $1 million, over $1 million on trees.
Yep.
To be cut down. So resolution concerning certain intersections in the downtown area being converted from traffic signals to stop signs.
And we've talked about that.
Yep.
Oh, well, I guess you guys haven't.
Well, anyways, it's fine.
Yeah.
So there's so they're gonna do. When are they doing the 30 days?
I don't think they said. Just soon.
So we have three right as you're kind of either entering on the east side of town, either entering to the square or exiting the square. There's 3 street lights, and there's been a citizen who I guess has gotten up for years and encouraged the city to do some kind of traffic study, and instead of doing the traffic lights right now, removing the traffic lights and going straight to stop signs, they're going to do flashing red lights for 30 days and see how it
goes.
Yeah.
Now, we don't think it's a good idea because it's been tried other places in the city, and it's just a backup. And if you have events downtown like Fridays after 5, it's going to be an unmitigated disaster. And then with the growth, I mean, we've got 9,000 more people coming. It just doesn't make sense to do this and then have to turn right around to.
I mean, Harold Wells said it best that, like, it's just going to bottleneck when you're trying to leave or come into the area.
And they're basically said, the city engineer, because we talked to him, said that the traffic lights are so old they can't sync them. But it's like, we can spend money on everything else, guys. Why can't we do this?
Yeah. So anyway, we covered that in some previous council meetings. So resolution authorizing the mayor to apply for FY25 Transportation Alternatives Program, the TAP program, to construct sidewalks along the western side of Highway 31 from Hobbs Street to Cactus Street, to resurface and stripe portions of Hobbs Street east from College Street to 31, install additional pedestrian crossings at Hobbs Street 30 and 31 and Forest Street and 31 intersections at a total project estimated to roughly $2 million, with the city of Athens providing $214,000 in matching funds from the 2024 General Obligation Warrant Construction Fund, if awarded. We're going for grants? Yeah, it says grant, yes. Hopefully. So they're seeking a $101.8 million grant. That's what it looks like, if I'm doing my math correctly.
Well, maybe our grant coordinator can whip that right up.
Hopefully so. Resolution regarding the purchase of real property on South Clinton Street, located at 806 and 808 South Clinton Street, near the intersection of Highway 72 and Clinton Street, in connection with a roadway project improving the intersection between South Clinton Street and Highway 72, in coordination with the Alabama Department of Transportation.
How much is that?
So the city paid the owners of that $725,000.
And if you're not here, you won't know. But these buildings, they're not in bad shape. They just don't look the best.
Well, it's a very small area,
and there's very small buildings, and it's crazy. $725,000 when you paid $1 million for the Green Street Bank building. Yeah. It's just like, what are we made out of money here?
Even if you were able to, even if it was like, because I mean, it's on Highway 72, so it's, as a lot of people would consider it, prime real estate, but you couldn't put anything there. You couldn't put a restaurant there.
But because it's up on a little hill, like, and the way the road is, and that's what they're demolishing. There's no parking. The reason they're buying it anyway is to fix the road.
Yeah, to make it a better road improvement.
I guess, good for the people that sold it, but, bad for us citizens of
Athens.
Yeah,
it just doesn't make any sense, because we spend $1 million. We spend $1 million on, and then the county sold those 5 properties for nearly what that is. That's crazy. That is such a high amount. So then there's this add-on. So there was Strain Road. So I know y'all have heard us talk about that. We've even had a guest on, Miss Susanna was on talking about the Strain Road. So they finally are, they're finally going to do something about that.
Okay, so it's not about the sewage, though. It's about drainage.
Well, they said they're going to do the sewage later, but yes.
Okay. It's been a 50-year struggle. But anyway, so they're going after, they've been awarded $4.5 million to work on the drainage. And then when they get the drainage done, they say they're going to work on the sewer.
So it's from ADEM, right?
Yes, it's not the city. The city of Athens has done nothing on this. So if they weren't getting this grant, these people would still be waiting for everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. It makes sense. You have to take care of the drainage, the drainage of the water before you can do the sewage. But still, all these folks have been in office for years. Ronnie Mart's been in office for 20 years.
Well, Chris Iber's been there for 13. Harold Wells has been there for 20. Wayne Harper's been there since 2012 and was the police chief before.
Dana Henry's clocking in at 5.
Mr. Lucas was on the school board before. I'm just saying, these people have known this was going on. This is Mr. Lucas's area, and he's not been making a huge push to help or to make a difference.
And by the way, the city's getting sued over this, so we're finally doing something.
Well, and then also it's election season.
Oh, well, there's that too. Look at that.
Yeah. So,
speaking of that, why don't we transition into our?
Well, there was something else I was gonna say about the Strain Road. I don't even know if they really believe that they're gonna do.
I wouldn't.
anything about it. I think that they're like just trying to be optimistic, but they know that at the end of the day that this is the state giving them money, that this isn't the city. This isn't the city choosing to do anything. Mm-mm. What was this add-on right here?
It was in relationship to the same thing. It was just different funds.
Oh, okay.
For the same, it was just all about Strain Road. They were just getting pots of money from different places.
I gotcha.
That's all it was.
So really, that was all that we had. I guess it's the summertime, and so stuff kind of goes quiet. So funny thing is, y'all know that we've been battling this city since like September. They cut off the live stream of public comments on the YouTube because meetings are at 4:00 and people don't come. A lot of people don't come because it's not a great time, and so that's where a lot of people are able to go back and listen. Well, when Jared and I started coming, they decided to cut off the live stream of the public comments. But what's so funny is our buddy Mark, he got up and they forgot to turn off the live stream. So Mark had got up and he was asking the mayor as to why him and Holly Holman is the communication and grants manager
now.
She just recently got that promotion. She used to be the communications specialist, and she just got the manager position within the last couple meetings.
And refresh me if I'm wrong. What was it? Last year sometime he tried to come up with a administrative city administrator. Was that it?
Yeah, and
make her that
April. He tried to create a position within the city as the city administrator. Fortunately, Harold, our favorite councilman, Harold Wells, he was adamant. He's like, people apply for, or other cities have city managers,
yes,
but not city administrators. And Dana Henry was like, she was president at the time, and she's like, we're not moving forward with this. This would change the entire organization of how the mayor's office works. So we're going to table it. I
believe it upset O'Ronnie.
It did. He's like, that we passed this in the budget, and I have an open door policy, and y'all have had an opportunity to come talk to me, and nobody's come and talked to me about it. You could tell he got very feisty. And so just basically what we're saying is that this is supposedly the worst kept secret in Athens. Everyone knows that the mayor and Holly are having an affair, and Mark totally calls them out on it.
So we're going to stop right there, and we're going to play the audio from that. So if you will bear with us 1 second.
Mayor, you and Holly rode by my place on Saturday, taking pictures and all that. How come you didn't go on the backside of me where the cannons on the car wash and all those houses down through there and take pictures, all that? That's what needs to be addressed if you want to address something.
Yeah, I've had several complaints on several pieces of property, complaints on property on both Sandiford Road, the gas stations out there, your property, and quite a few others. And we're documenting for City Council when the time is right to bring this up.
Okay, when's the time to write to you address? Now, on 5/3/25, you and Holly was seen coming out of the canyon and everywhere else. Now, she wasn't on the clock. Now, is there a liability for her to ride around with the mayor all day long? I got pictures of y'all getting in and out of the cars. You took her home, and all the town with y'all look at the pictures, let me go to the pictures. Can you tell us what's going on with you and Holly? Are y'all married or divorced or?
Hey, look, Mark, you better keep this to City Council business, so we're going to get real serious. No, you keep this to City Council, and, okay, you need to get off of whatever you're trying to do, and I ain't going to address you again.
I'm not going to address you like again either.
Wow, guys, can you believe that? Bombshell.
It's crazy. Yeah.
What's funny, though, was that Marks was just so hell-bent and adamant that I'm going to get you, like, your property's got some crap on it, so I'm going to call you out. all the while, Mark is up there handing out pictures in her timesheet, and it's like, checkmate.
Yeah, Mark had someone had done a public records request and for her timesheet and taken pictures. So, by the way, that was us.
I was going to say.
We did a public records request for a timesheet, and only because this was on a Saturday. We were heading home, and
okay, truth. We got some ice cream.
Yeah, we went to Dairy Queen in Madison, and we were headed home, and
they blow past us.
They're we're on the outskirts, like we're not in the city. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is the mayor's city Tahoe, and we ended up following him to the square, and I don't know if he knew it was us, but it was just.
He tried to. I'll set the story. He tries to. It's like a movie. He tries to lose us on the square. Does a little turnaround, and then he's like takes off really quick, going the opposite way. Like we don't know where Holly lives. I'm like, he's gonna drop her off.
Yeah.
And of course, I just go down the other street, and I notice
we can see him.
We can see him going, and I'm like, okay, we need to arrive a little bit later, right after. That way she gets out and everything, and sure enough.
Well,
she got out.
We have the video of him pulling in her driveway, him dropping her off, her getting out, and him leaving. But that's why we did the timesheet request, because it proved that she wasn't on the clock. Well, we already knew that because they were outside the city. We thought they might have been out campaigning. They very well could have been. Who knows? But nonetheless, we did a public records request for her timesheet, and have the pictures, and Mark's up there handing them out. And then Mark was telling us that they were driving by his property and Holly was taking pictures. And then
again, no denial of that. And the question is why. Let's dissect it a little bit. Like, why is it the two of them, which was not denied, so we can say for 1,000% it was just the two of them. And this, we have a building inspector
who doesn't even respond to properties when you send it anyway.
Because he can't, because he's controlled by the mayor. So the mayor's out doing Eric Waddell's job with his girlfriend?
With his grants and communications direct manager.
And not even with the specialist that they just hired,
Yeah, it's like they're taking pictures of Mark's property. And what he said in that recording was that they were getting ready they were out looking at properties to bring stuff to city council.
And basically, they're just going to go after him because he's called out the mayor.
Yeah.
So that's basically what it is.
But I guess the point is that he is saying that he said people report that property, so he's taking it upon himself, him and Holly, to go take the pictures when we've got a city inspector that should be doing that.
So now the worst kept secret in Athens, the cat's out of the bag, and we wanted to talk about it on here because, lo and behold, she's worked for several news media outlets around here. So the Athens News Courier will not cover this, the Decatur Daily will not cover this, and 48 was told to not cover this either. So unluckily for us, this is a new avenue to get the word out. Because the mayor is really good at playing his part, kind of the grandfatherly part. But from everything we've seen, that is not the case at all. This is a mean and wicked man, and if you speak against him, he will try everything in the world to silence you and just totally destroy you. Because there's been so many people within the city that's reached out to us with a multitude of stories about how something's happened, and he's just gotten so angry and shut them down.
Yeah. There's, there's people that live near him, that go to church with him. The people that you're involved in when they're doing their politicking videos and stuff like that think that he's just the nicest, sweetest person. But the last 2 or 3 city council meetings that we've been in attendance since he's announced he's seeking re-election, he literally has went and spoke to every single person in City Hall besides the two of us. He makes a circle around us. And remember, when he met with us in person, And he's like, Amanda, what are you doing here? Like, what do you want to accomplish? And I'm like, Mayor, like, there's going to be a lot of city events. Like, I just want to be able to come up to you and be like, hey, Mayor, how are you? And he's like, well, you can't do that right now. So he makes it very clear I'm not welcome around him to come and speak to him.
Not that I really want to anyway.
Right.
But still, you would think that he, being in politics 20 plus years, could at least put on a better front.
Yeah, I mean...
And it's starting to crack. And maybe it has to do with his age, I don't know. But he'll sit up there and rock, and his face will get red when you say something he don't like. So it's getting a lot harder for him. That facade is starting to drop.
Yeah.
So we just want everybody... Mayor's got a girlfriend. Worst kept secret in Athens.
And that's the thing.
But not only pictures, videos, and there's phone records.
Yeah, this is what's funny, is when we first heard about this, Jared and I were sitting at Village Pizza eating, and someone was messaging me that the mayor had a girlfriend, and I was like, no, like he's like 80. Like, that's gross. I'm not kidding, y'all. As soon as we left, I was like, oh, let's go down to L House before we head home, and I forgot they had moved, and we heard some music outside, and the Arts League was putting on a concert, and I was like, oh my gosh, Jared. They were standing there together. She was rubbing his arm in front of people. Also, the Arts League, as I caveat to that, she's like the president of the Arts League.
Let's talk about the Scout House.
That's what I was just about to say.
Look at that.
The Scout House is like the little red schoolhouse that the city owns, and the mayor's girlfriend is the president of it. I don't know if she was the president when this contract happened, or she removed herself, or if that was when they got the grant money, because she strategically removed herself from the board at that time. But
all from the board or to the VP position? Because I saw some documents where she was VP.
That's when Garth Lovern took over.
Okay.
Whatever. She said she had to completely step down. I think she completely stepped down because her mom was sick or something. But anyways, there's this little red schoolhouse, and the city has signed a contract with the Arts League for them to rent the Scout House for $1 a month for the next 15 years. How nice would it be for a nonprofit to be able to pay $1 rent somewhere?
So let's set the stage for this. They were beside the railroad tracks in the building, and then also were renting the Scout House. And oh, by the way, they received $60,000 to help fix it up, and they never did. They may have done a little bit, but they certainly didn't spend $60,000 on it. But what happened is CEI Books, back in December, their location was destroyed in the tornado in December. So I don't know if the Arts League, their lease was up or whatever, but they exited that space, and CEI Bookstore went in there. So now the Arts League is full-time at the Scout House and still looks exactly the same.
I think they've painted and done some stuff, but
nevertheless,
the point is that there are tons of nonprofits that are scraping by, and when you have a close relationship with a close inappropriate relationship with your boss, mind you, up until recently when she got this manager position, Holly was the one and only timesheet that the mayor signed off on and approved. She answered to no one else.
And funny thing is, like, she never takes any vacation.
Well, we've only gotten timesheets from the last, 6 months. We've got, I think that when you have this, inappropriate relationship and you see how it's being manipulated and abused, like I said, there's tons of other nonprofits that would love a city facility to be able to, do their nonprofit work. And then there was a $60,000 one-time grant that is questionable. And then there was the Scotland trip that she was also on the clock for, but the city didn't fund it. It was very odd. But she said they were working 10 hours a day. He waited till they were over there to send a message to HR to make sure she got paid, because there was questions about, should she be taking time, or is she taking leave without pay, or is she getting an advance on her leave? There's all kind of questions, and he's like, no, she's working. We're working a hellacious 10 hours a day. So it's like,
okay, so if you're working, then why were there no expenses?
Right.
Like, why was there no room and board? Why was there no meals, transportation?
The city council never approved it
for either one of them.
Yeah, and then, but his credit card, because remember, this is all public record, so, like, there's been public record requests asking for this information, so it's crazy, like, they willingly give this information, but they know that they have insulated within themselves within the media that no one is going to cover this, like, it is crazy to me. So Ronnie Marks used his credit card to buy gifts to go to Scotland. And then they went to Scotland. There was pictures all over social media,
which have now been removed.
Right, now have been removed, or we can't see them. But then there was also comments on Facebook like city dollars being spent, and she was adamant like that.
No, an aunt died and left her the money and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, okay, was there an aunt called Arts League or something? I don't know.
And then this was in 2019 when
let's talk about who went with them.
Yeah,
before
this was Trey Holiday and his wife, which is the former superintendent who was in prison for
making up kids,
stealing money, basically,
to pay for the new Athens High School.
So kind of elaborate on that.
So he basically made up an online academy and made up kids attending said academy to get additional funds from the state and the federal government to help pay for the new Athens High School.
Yeah, so
literally right after they got back, that story broke.
And I think he got out of prison like December of 24, so he's been out for about 6 months or so. But yeah, so that was right before all that went down. And then Dana Henry does all kind of like travel agents trips. She's got a travel agency, and like I feel like she goes to Scotland a lot. You know, like there was one time I tried to meet her, and she was like, "I'll leave for Scotland in the morning. I'll be gone for 9 days."
I mean, we haven't had time, energy, effort to investigate that, but that would be kind of funny if they used her to set all this stuff up, wouldn't it?
Right, and then the next year she won city council. Anyways, so Mayor's got a girlfriend.
Yes, confirmed. Confirmed. We can say it. And not only that, but it's like a 10-year thing.
Yeah.
And they were very close to being caught before, and that did not scare them off from this.
I think they've been caught. I think they just don't care at this point. I think that it is... I think that people get so caught up in their day-to-day lives that they just either don't see it, they don't want to see it, or if you're one of the 500 city employees, they're afraid to say something. I mean, if I was back home and they wanted to make sure her timesheet, like I would not be able in good conscience to certify her time. Like there's just no way.
Because that's stealing.
It is. But
that's getting a paid. Even if she had to pay for the plane herself, she's still getting paid to do this work.
On vacation.
And they're telling all this. It's economic development, cultural exchange. Well, that's going to be one of the next things I ask. Like, it's been 5+ years. How many economic dollars have we received from this trip?
Well, and you're
cultural exchange.
But you're not part of the economic development.
Well, that's true too.
So that's a whole nother, like, it's just
very slippery
slope, very questionable. The mayor has, promoted her, tried to make her a city administrator. He had
that's way above her head that she can handle.
He has one employee that he keeps track of, and it's her. Now two, because Justin is hired, but he's their stooge basically, so Holly could get.
That's right. He used to write for the Athens News Courier.
Yeah.
Never wrote anything negative
So. Anyways, we just kind of wanted to share that. We've kind of been holding on to it, doing a little bit of research, trying to confirm it. We've been talking to some other people. But yeah, apparently it's the worst kept secret.
Confirmed, guys. Spread the word, tell everybody. And it's like, really? Question. And that's what goes back to what one of our compatriots said. You don't really know your neighbor till you investigate them. Yeah. Now, hopefully your neighbor doesn't give you a reason to investigate them. But if you do, you don't really know what kind of person they are until you do that. And so that's all we're asking is investigate. Ask questions and don't fall for the kindly old grandfather.
And it's okay. It's okay to disagree with people. It is okay to fundamentally not agree on something, and you can still respect one another. You can move forward, but that the problem is that we've asked questions, good questions, and we just don't agree with how they're handling it, and they just shut down. They've had nobody that's ever questioned them.
And they just run around and say we're just those crazy people.
Yeah.
But you know what? We're those crazy right people. It's
Yeah.
been everything we've said has turned out to be true. So
welcome to the 2025
municipal elections.
Qualifying time for the municipal elections.
And I'm sure that this will probably solicit some comments, some stuff going on. So this will definitely probably be more. We'll talk about this a lot more in the future. So thank you for listening.
All right, till next time, guys.
That's a wrap for this episode of the Limestone Lowdown, where we break down the issues, keep you informed, and give you facts straight from the source. Remember, your voice matters. Your vote counts, and your community thrives when we stay engaged. Stay tuned, stay informed, and stay involved. Until next time, keep questioning, keep advocating, and keep shaping the future of the Limestone area. We'll see you on the next Limestone Lowdown.